Good evening, guys. Happy Tuesday to all of your sunshiny faces. Well, guys, I have whatever Jack had. I'm not going to talk very much because my throat is bothering me a little bit and I've barely actually talked at all today. So this is going to be a stretch. So like I said, it's going to be a short vlog, but I went to bed last night and like my nose was a little stuffed up. And so then I noticed like my throat felt a little off. Then when I was in the shower last night, I got water up my nose. And so I was like, oh, maybe that's why like my throat was kind of hurting. Like, I was just thinking like it was a combination of kind of the whole thing together, because it's funny, like the night before and even a couple nights before that, like and honestly a lot of times right before I go to bed, like my nose will be either stuffed up, especially when I'm out in the living room, and Jack agrees with me. I have no clue what it's from, but like he said it too. He's like, how come whenever I sit out in the living room, like we don't know if it's from being in the recliners, like because we're laying down or what it is, but when we're out in the living room, our noses just get really stuffed up. And sometimes too, like before I go to bed at night, I'll think that I'm getting a sore throat, but then I wake up the next day and I never have one. And so I'm like, I think it's honestly just allergies. So, or like my nose will be stuffed up or whatever it is, but I kind of thought that's what it was last night, and then I woke up 3 times in the middle of the night. I could hardly drink water when I woke up those 3 times, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is horrible. That is pretty much gone, which is really nice. And honestly too, for Jack, I think he maybe started not feeling good on like Wednesday, and then by I think Saturday or Sunday, honestly, he was pretty much fine. And like he ended up going back to school today. They didn't have school yesterday because it was President's Day, but he probably would have gone yesterday too, even if there was school. But he wasn't feeling good. I know for sure, like I think Wednesday afternoon he wasn't feeling that great. And again, I wasn't feeling that great. Like he might have not felt as good earlier in the day, but then I think he got like full-blown sick on Thursday. The thing was is that for his government class they had to go early, so he was up at like 5 o'clock on Thursday before my mom's procedure, like last Thursday. And then he ended up like originally, I think I told you guys, he wasn't like he didn't know if he was actually going to come home or not because he wasn't feeling good. But he ended up staying, and then Friday I think he didn't end up going to school because he still was not feeling good. So I'm hoping that like for him it was really only 2 days that he wasn't feeling like really good. And because of when I got it, like because I think I got it like late last night, I'm kind of thinking that like tomorrow I'll probably feel really crummy, and then hopefully after that I won't anymore. And so like I said, I'm hoping that's what it is. But for him it was like, I think he had like 1 day, maybe 2 at most, of like a sore throat. My sore throat honestly is pretty much gone already, so I think I've kind of had it for like a full 24 hours. And then his nose, he had like a headache though the following, like the next day that I think he was sick, like a really bad headache. And then, but he said like he wasn't congested. I'm congested already, so I don't know if it's just moving faster for me, which would be really nice because that means that it's gonna, you know, be gone really quickly. And honestly guys, this is the most talking that I've done at all today, and I'm not struggling right now, which is kind of nice. So but anyways, back to what I was saying. He like, you know, I feel like it like dragged out a little bit longer for him. For me, I feel like it's already kind of like, I'm already at the point he was on like day 2, and I just started not feeling good. And I didn't even know I was sick last night. Like it wasn't until I woke up in the middle of the night and I was like, that's definitely a sore throat. I was like, there's no getting around this. Because like it's weird though too, sometimes I will wake up in the middle of the night, like, and the thing was is that I just thought I had a dry, like my throat was really dry. So I was like, okay, I need water. And I was like, this is not helping like at all. And then it wasn't until I finally got up this morning, I was like, no, yeah, I really am sick. And so, but I had like no stuffy nose or anything like that, like no body aches, nothing. My knee feels, like I feel a little stiff, and my knee is hurting and my back is hurting, but I feel like that's because I was laying in bed for most of the day today. The thing was though that I was actually still up doing things. Other than that, like right now, I'm starting to like get the stuffed up nose a little bit and congested, but I'm using, guys, I don't know if you can see that over there, my what's it called, my little mini humidifier that I got from Aldi. You just put like a bottle of water, like, you know, you can use up to a 20-ounce bottle of water, and you put it in there, and then it just, you know, you use it like a humidifier. And honestly, I feel like that's what's helping a lot, because normally I am like super congested. I have allergies too all the time. So honestly, when we had our big humidifier, I used to use it a lot throughout the winter, especially because it would be so dry in the house, and my nose, like, I just wake up stuffed up all the time. And so I use that though a lot, because again, the dry heat from, like, it was more when we had our heaters in the house and we didn't have the furnace put in, that I was using it, because the heaters were like dry heat, like electric heat, and that's the same way it is upstairs. But now that we have like the forced air from our what's it called, our furnace, like running and fixed, everything is pretty much okay. I haven't really had too much of that problem. Again, every once in a while I will, but sometimes I think it's just more from allergies now. But I've been using that, and I actually feel like I'm not super stuffed up. Like, I just have like a stuffy nose, but it's not like I can't breathe, if that makes sense. So I'm hoping that it doesn't get too much worse than this, and everything kind of is not, like, I'm not super stuffed up. Like, I am a little bit, but you know, like, I can still, you know, like, breathe. And so like I said, it's a little bit better. But like I said, I think also too that it's moving a little faster than Jack's like sickness kind of was. But again too, he was really, like, I think maybe on Saturday he wasn't feeling that great. By Sunday I know he was down. I want to even say though, on Saturday he was downstairs, like by Saturday evening. And then on Sunday he was like, I think, completely fine. So it really only lasted like 3 days. And so I'm kind of thinking that that's hopefully going to be the same thing, and maybe if I can even get over it a little bit faster, because again, his symptoms and when his, you know, like alignment of his sickness kind of seems like it was a little different than how fast my stuff is moving. So that would be nice. But I'm using the humidifier. I've taken some stuff, so I feel like too, like, I feel pretty good. But like I said, I don't really have anything else. It's just my sore throat. Like, it wasn't until, like, I had breakfast this morning. I had hash brown. I also had a Belvita, like, breakfast biscuit stuff. And I did have my coffee. And surprisingly, my coffee actually, because it was like cold, it kind of like coated my throat. And actually felt good. Like, eating food was like painful. And so then after that though, by like the afternoon, I did end up having some lentil soup, and that was really good. That was like around like a little after lunchtime, and then I had leftover lasagna from yesterday, and that was totally fine. By like that point, I feel like I was actually getting better. So I feel like I said, I can actually, like, it's still, I have a little bit of a sore throat, but it's not quite that bad. So anyways though, I did not end up getting too much today. But I still did upload 2 of the 4 vlogs that I edited yesterday. I edited another 2 while I was watching a crazy comeback Hawks game. And then I also ended up, I did do dishes while I was actually making my soup. I was just like, I unloaded most of the dishwasher yesterday. I think I had like 2 or 3 things plus like utensils, so I just put that stuff away. I was making my soup, I loaded up the dishwasher, and then I did wind up doing a load of laundry also too when I was warming up my the lasagna. So I was like, I actually got to pretty much mostly everything that I try to get to on a normal daily basis. But for not feeling good, like, I was laying in bed for most of the day. Like, it was worse earlier in the day. Like, by now I'm kind of feeling a lot better, but I ended up kind of like dozing off twice during the day. Like, I ended up taking like 2 naps, and at one point too, I took a nap with my TV not even being on yet. So I know I was like, and I woke up still early this morning. Like, I think I woke up around, because my mom left for work today for her new job, and so I know she took Jack to school, and then she left around like 8:30 or something like that. I don't think I got out of bed until about 9 o'clock, but I was still up by about 8 or 8:30 this morning. But I think that also waking up early was another reason why I ended up kind of napping a little bit. But I never napped for more than probably about like 15 to 20 minutes, and then I ended up waking back up, and I was like, okay, good, I'm refreshed. And I think that's when I went up then and got my soup, and then ended up doing the dishes, and then came back in my room, and then later after that I dozed off again, and then I ended up getting up later after that, and then, like I said, made myself my dinner and warmed that up. I think what helped the most was having warm food. But it was weird though, because I actually had my cold iced coffee, and that actually though helps. So I don't know, but like I said, right now I'm still kind of congested. I'm hoping taking a shower and kind of clearing everything, you know, like with steam will be helpful. So that will be nice. I'm looking forward actually to taking a shower, but it is early because again too, I think my body is just tired and it's like, you need to rest. But I am the type of person too that like, I don't like to, even when I am sick, I just don't like to rest. Like, I still want to be at least up and kind of do things and be somewhat productive, because if not, like, then I feel even worse. Like, if I'm like, oh my gosh, now I'm behind with things, like, you know, I mean, it's different. Like, the only time that I've ever been super out of it was when I had, and it was like 2 or 3 days, I don't even remember how long it was 2 or 3 days, and this happened only to me twice that I remember. I think maybe when I was little it could have happened too, but whenever I'm sick with a really bad stomach bug, it happened to me once my freshman year of high school, and then once a few years ago. I want to say it was like maybe 2018 or 2019, and it was like right before Christmas, and I was like completely out for like 2 or 3 days. I just remember laying in my bed, and like I'd be up for like a couple minutes, and then I fell back asleep, and then I literally slept for like 48 hours in like a 72-hour period or something like that, or maybe even more than that, like 60 hours in 72-hour period. Like, I was hardly even awake at all for like 2 or 3 days. But like when I'm still, like, again, if it's like a cold or something like that, like I'd rather be up doing something productive if I can, as you know, at least, even again too, if it's just in little spurts. Like today it was like I still napped a little, but I was still able to get laundry done. I still did dishes, you know, I still got to like that kind of stuff, because I just don't, like, I feel worse then afterwards where I'm like, oh my gosh, dishes are behind, laundry's behind, you know, and like everybody's still like, you know, if somebody's sick in the house, they kind of help you out and do things as well, but like I still am like, you know, I'm still capable of being able to do it, so I'd rather just do it and, you know, take care of it and then feel a little bit better that I was still able to get something done, if that makes sense, and not just super lazy and be like, I can't, I'm bedridden, I can't get out of bed, you know, like, because I'm not. And so if I know that, then it kind of helps me mentally kind of like focus too on like getting better, because then I'm like, okay, get up, you know, like, see, you know, kind of how you feel, like, you know, because again, I was like, my knee is kind of like hurting, but I feel like that's because I've been laying in bed for, again, a good portion of the day today just watching TV. I was like, I need to kind of get up and go and do something. Like, my back's bothering me. It's probably because I've been laying in bed for most of the day today. Like, I need to get up and do something. So laying around sometimes when I'm sick is worse for me than not, and, you know, not actually getting up and doing something. But I'm surprised, guys, I'm able to speak again. This is really nice. I literally just like I wasn't even calling the dogs this morning when I was feeding them breakfast. I was just snapping at them, which is funny. They do respond to that. Like, I will like snap, and they, like, Bravo's looking at me right now like, where do you want to go? But I will do that, and so I couldn't even like talk this morning. I was just snapping for them to like come in like the room, and so I could feed them and stuff like that, and they were listening to me. So again, this is the most I've talked all day today, so it was really nice to at least know that my throat's not hurting me that bad anymore, and hopefully I will start feeling better by tomorrow. But I was pretty much, like I said, out of it for most of the day today, but still able to get things done is nice. But like I said, hopefully by tomorrow, and I'm hoping like at least by like Thursday I'll probably be hopefully much better. But anyways, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love it if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.